Ladies and gentlemen. Try that again. Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for coming today and sharing this wonderful day. A lot of you people have come a long way, some from Gloucester, some from the Lakes, Bournemouth, and even as far as Bewbush. Thanks so much for coming and sharing this day. I'd like to make a special mention of Joe's mum, Naomi, who, thanks to our wonderful government, wouldn't allow her to come to her son's wedding today. So I believe this is being recorded, isn't it, Joe? So Naomi, we love you. Well done. Sorry you couldn't be here. Right. Fond memories. I'm sure there must be one or two, my daughter, if I think hard enough. Let me have a think. Yeah. Right. Well, when she was very small, she couldn't pronounce her own name. She used to say Kelsey instead of Stacey. And she also used to say calc instead of cake. But she used to stay with her other nanny, Nanny Joy, and it only took her about 17 weeks. Now, it only took her a little while to teach her to say her own name and say Kate. We came home one day, didn't we, darling? And she said, I can say Stacey, and I can say cake. That was good. Another memory, I don't know if you could call it a fond memory really, but after she passed her driving test, and I'm sure a lot of you have experienced this, she went out for the first time in her car, and we stayed up till 3:30 in the morning until she came home to make sure she got home in one piece. I'm sure a lot of you have done that. Have you done that, sis?
Once or twice.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Pride. I could go on about the various achievements that my daughter has done, but I think above all else, my greatest pride is seeing the woman that she's grown into. And I wish I brought my glasses and I could read this properly. Yeah, the woman she's become, the brilliant mother, the supportive partner, and the fiercest wheeler dealer that I've ever met. This girl will, if you sell something for £50, she'll offer you £4 for it, and she'll pluck your eyeballs out as well while she's there. And that's a fact. Yeah, and she does deals like that all the time, again and again. The presents. They're established in their new house now. They're both very happy for now in their jobs. In their jobs, hang on, no, I don't mean in their jobs. Happy for now in their jobs. But let's see what happens. I'm sure if opportunities arise and better things are there, I'm sure they'll both take it. They've both got other income sources as well. They're both doing other things as well as their jobs. So you're always trying to turn a pound, aren't you guys? Well done. I thought I was the wheeler dealer in the family. Obviously not anymore.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about Joe. This is the best bit. This is the bit I've been looking forward to all day. In fact, all month, all week, all year.
14 years.
Right. When I first got to know Joe, he had me wondering about his liking of the colour white. He was always dressed in black. He had a black car. His car broke, he bought another black car. So, but as I got to know him, I found out that he is a fantastic guy. I remember several situations, one particular one where my van broke and he'd gone on the internet to find out what was wrong with it and found out that if he crawled under my van with a big bag of spanners and he undid all these sensors and cleaned them with a wire brush, then there was a possibility my van might work again. It didn't, but he did get under there and crawl under there and clean it and do his very, very best. Another time, I've heard about it. Another time, my windscreen broke on my van and I went to hard times. I couldn't afford to replace it, but when Joe found out, he arranged to have it replaced. I got a brand new windscreen put in my van the next day. He's a very special man, this guy, I've got to tell you. Deserves all the applause he gets. Yeah, and I used to ask Stacey, so, you know, Stacey would ring up and say, oh, right, Dad, yeah, no, it's about it. Is Joe with you? No, he's out. Where's he gone? Oh, he's out. And he was always out with these people, and they had names like Precious, Wisdom, and Blessing, Curtis. Right? No Bills, Tonys, Drivers, or Roberts. They all had these like pretty strange names. But yeah, Joe, you're an amazing guy, and I'm very proud to know you. I don't know, a lot of you probably don't know, when Joe arrived in this country, he didn't have a great deal, and he got a job, and he worked his way up, and he's carried on working his way up. His achievements are just amazing. He's an amazing guy. Joe, I salute you, mate. As a man, I'm very proud. I'm very proud to have you in my family. And the same goes for all of your family who I've had the pleasure of meeting today. Your friends, your family, boys and girls, fantastic. You're an amazing family, amazing bunch of people, and thanks for joining my family. Great. Onwards and upwards on the career ladder. Who knows where you'll end up next, Joe?
Prime Minister.
Could he do a worse job? Maybe, I don't know. Right. I've never met Naomi, your mum, but I feel that I know something about her because I've met you. And she must be quite an amazing lady. I hope to meet her one day. Right. Despite being a reasonably eloquent man, are you ready? This is where I might need you. Despite being a reasonably eloquent man, I couldn't find the words today to tell you how much I love you, darling, and how proud a father that you've made me, and also a grandfather. It's a big deal when you have to come to terms with the fact that you are no longer the number one man in your daughter's life. The phone calls for advice and help get less and less. You see her less and less. Over a period of time, you come to realise that this happening is a good thing, as it means the new man is dealing with all of that, and that you no longer have to. More time to think of other problems to solve, but to let her go is one of the toughest challenges I've ever faced. Future, we'll be watching you. Form your future from the sidelines as these three work hard towards the future where it's going. It's exciting as this family moves into overdrive. Good luck to you both. Wish I could read this. I'm sure it'll be really interesting. I think that's about it, guys. Just like to say, let's raise a toast to the new married couple, Joe and Stacey. All for the future. Love you both. Thank you very much.
Joe and Stacey.
I'd like to hand the microphone over to Howard now. Howard.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Howard. Thank you to the man who stole my speech. Okay. I'd like to say a very good afternoon to you all, ladies and gentlemen. I am Howard Nemachena, somebody's already said. I cannot express enough how elated I am with to be with you here today. I am humbled to have the privilege to stand before you and all on behalf of Josphat's dad, George Nemachena, my revered elder brother. And I have no doubt that he is celebrating this day with us today. The late George Musharukwa, as we affectionately know him, was a captivating speaker, enchanting gentleman. So wish me luck with this speech, because it may not be, so it may not have the Chocolate George flavor.
You're doing good, Howard. You're doing good. Carry on. Come on, Howard.
Just like Joe, George married a lovely lady, Naomi Nemachena, who was born to the Mangava family. Joe's mother is a woman incredibly endowed with great wisdom, love, and a plethora of talents. Together, they had their children, Ogisai, Josvat, Ojopa, Joe, call him what you like, it's easy with that. Then came Sally, Vincent, and Barbara. It's a pity you are all deprived of being with the exemplary and God-fearing couple to celebrate this wonderful occasion today. If you had met them, you would get a deeper impression. If you had met them, you get a deeper appreciation of who Josephat is and how much of a pedigree he is of them. Joe has always been a likeness of both of his parents. From when he was born, I've seen their characters developed in him, especially his father's humor, his mother's caring nature, blossoming as he grew. And boy, has he grown now. The family, the responsibility, the respect. Is this really our young Joe, or little Joe? Well, yeah. I still remember the little Joe always playing games outside in Jombe, in Achuvuta Mombe. Don't worry, Trinity. I'm sure your dad will take you to Jombe and teach you one day all about it. How old are you now, Joe? You don't have to answer that one. Well, yeah. I can't believe how time flies. All I will say is keep it up, keep adoring and supporting your lovely family as you have always done. Keep making us proud because you are proud. Unodadisa. I've known Stacey and Joe together for more than 10 years now. I remember I first met Stacey around 2008 at their home in Langley Green. And she became a welcome and loved addition to our family. From anyone, I've keenly observed them build and consolidate their life together. One cannot but admire and encourage their wonderful relationship. Bringing the gem, Trinity, who came in 2011, and that's all magic. Every time my lovely lady Philomena and our kids, Faye and Tao, got to spend time with Stacey, Joe, and Trinity. It's always a wonderful experience, be it at theirs or at our place in Bournemouth or other family gatherings. Allow me to say, Stacey, Joe, enjoy your day, and for many years to come, I wish your marriage a marriage full of love, happiness, and blessing. I wish to thank the bride and groom for bringing us all together to witness such a great celebration of love. Thank you to every soul here today who has come to celebrate my son and daughter special day. God bless you all. I thank you. Right, I'll hand you over to Vinny. Oh, who's that? Oh, I think it's me. Right, it is you, sorry.
Give it to Vincent.
My bad. Back to Joffa.
Ladies and gentlemen, my wife. I just knew that one of the first few words I had to say was wife, so I made sure that it was one of the 5 I say it for my own well-being. But seriously, I think a lot has been said. Thank you very much to the father-in-law who's welcomed you all, and also to my own dad who's told you a little bit about my roots. But I am usually a man of few words, but I suppose you can forgive me today.
Sure.
Can I just check the mic? 1, 2. It's going to be right next to me. So I hope you haven't missed anything I've said so far. But if you have, I'm just getting warmed up. So many of you will be aware that this is the 3rd time we've scheduled this special occasion. We did try in 2020, and a few small bugs didn't think that was a great idea. Again 2021, and then here we are. Some might even say 3rd time lucky. So I hope you all allow me to say a few more words. I do thank all of you here, but I do want to say a few words to a few specific people. And I hope you all forgive me if I don't go one by one to everyone, but I really, really thank you all for being here. Now I'll start with my in-laws, Anton and Stephanie. I just want to say thank you for raising such a gorgeous, loving, generous, compassionate, and well-advised daughter.
Did you marry the
Whilst we may use phrases like giving away your daughter, you already know that both of us and our families are not going anywhere. So I just wanted to apologize in advance because we are here to stay. And I should be standing here thanking you for welcoming me into the family, but I think you did that 14 years ago when I first knew Stacey and when we first got together. And I remember coming to your home very early on, very terrified, but you welcomed me, and you hadn't even cooked with me in mind, but we managed to have a nice time together, and I felt very, very good. So thank you for that. And it's always been the same. Every time I'm at your house, I think you're very welcoming, you're very accommodating, but you're also very patient. I think there are a few people in the room who might say I'm less sociable than I should be. And that is very true. But I do cherish the time that we spend together, and my aim is always, they say that your early years are your accumulating years, so we try and get to work and get things done, but I think you don't do that as well, forgetting about spending time with loved ones. So my only pledge, I know I've said this before, is that I would want to spend a lot more time, because I know that's something I don't do very well. So I'll go back to say thank you for raising your daughter with the values that she has, and I hope that you're both incredibly proud today, because you have been and always will be a big part of our story, and I'm proud to call you my in-laws. Now, I'm just going to move over to my side of the family, just to say a few words as well. There are many people from my side of the family who would have loved to be here, and you've heard already that most notable is my mum, who would have loved to be here to see her eldest son getting married. But I've never been a passionate lover of Boris Johnson's immigration laws. But we'll not let politics ruin the day, so we'll leave it there. I can tell you that my mom is very happy today, and she's no doubt that she's getting all the latest updates from my younger sister Barbara and their daughter Chloe, who are with her, and who would also have loved to be here, by the way. My sister did tell me that they will have the appropriate drinks for the toast, so we know that they are covered there. And when I spoke to my mom, the words that she said was that she couldn't contain excitement, and she has been celebrating for days, so she hasn't started today. And the last thing she said was that she's excited to have and to welcome an additional daughter in the family, and she also feels sufficiently well represented. And that takes me straight to my aunt and uncle who are up here with me. Now, in Africa, I'm mentioning this for the benefit of some who may not know, that it is quite usual for parents to be represented. You can't always be everywhere, every time. And this is one such case. So I am really, really proud to have both my uncle and aunt here with me representing my parents. And I'm not just happy about their presence today, they've been pretty much in my life all the time. So there've been times that I've lived with them, there've been times that they've visited me when I've been in school in Africa. So there's a great history of parenthood with my aunt and uncle, and I just want to extend my thanks to both of you for being here to celebrate our special day with us. I also want to take this opportunity to let you know that it's also usual for people in Africa to have many dads and moms representing them. And I want to give a special mention to my aunt, that table over there, right next to the door. That is my auntie, who's also my sister, my mom's youngest sister. And we've already talked about my mother-in-law, so she adopts that role as well. But I know there'll be many in the room who I can also proudly call my aunts, uncles, moms, dads as well. So thank you for that. I already spoke about my sister in Africa, who I said is updating my mother, but I do have family in the room here. We are a family of 5, so my uncle spoke about them. I have a brother, Vincent, right there. He's the youngest of the family. Used to steal all the love when we were young. Mom loved him very much. I've also got a couple of sisters in the room. So my sister Fungi, who's the eldest, And also my sister Sally right next to her there. I just want to say it's extra special that you've been able to join us today to help us celebrate this day, so thank you. Now, special mention to the groomsmen, to the ladies as well that supported my missus. All the stuff that you've enjoyed so far and you've seen, I've not had very much to do with it. And even if I had, I don't think I would be allowed to say that. But the truth is that I haven't really done quite a lot. It's all been Stacey and her ladies, and Tara, special mention. Julie, Verity, all you guys, Timothy, and also the lads, you know, my brother-in-law, my uncle, Vincent, Curtis, Charlie, and everyone else I may have missed. I just want to give thanks. Now, over to the main event. I would just like to ask you all to turn your attention to my wife, my beautiful bride sitting next to me. Now, Stacey and I met at work, but it was not until somewhere around 2008 that I finally managed to convince her that I could be a suitable partner. I remember asking mutual friends, and they always said, you know, she was a friendly, hardworking, beautiful girl. And I felt each time I spoke to people that I didn't have a chance. But I also happened to notice that she wore glasses all the time. So my plan was to approach her when she put those glasses or took them off her face. I can confirm that it worked, and she's not been able to find the glasses since. I also want to thank my dear friend Curtis, who's known Stacey longer than I have actually, and is responsible for mostly putting us together. Because we went to his house, he had barbecues, we used to watch boxing fights and things at his house, and that's where I met Stacey most of the time as well. And I think we went to one of his barbecues together for the first time. So Curtis, it's not so much your fault, but it is. Now, the quick thing I noticed when Stacey and I got together and we moved into our first house together is that my friends would come over and they would say, you know, this looks more like a home. And I couldn't help think why they never told me that before Stacey was in the picture, that my house was a tip. Stacey came in and she came and threw some of my stuff about, which I'm still not happy about, and we still have conversations about that to this day. And also, one of the most memorable moments for me is that we were able to go to Africa together, and Stacey met my mom for the first time, and she left a very good impression that my mom always reminds me. And I have no doubt that if we were ever to vote on any particular matter, my mom would side with Stacey over me. Now I'm coming to the last of my speech. So I just want to talk to Stacey directly and say, you are kind, loving, compassionate, patient, hardworking, and you like family and you're easygoing.
Beautiful.
I thought that I was hardworking until I met Stacey. So I used to do lots of shifts and I always thought, you know, I work very hard. That was until I met her. I think she had a couple of 2 or 3 jobs when we first met. Still works very hard to this day, even though she's also looking after our daughter, Trinity, and she does such a good job with that as well. I want to say that you are a great mom, and if our daughter grows up to be anything like you, that would be a fantastic achievement. I consider myself lucky to have met you, and you are still here after all these years. We've been together 14 years, I think? 14, yeah. And there's no better description of love than that, I think. But I wanted to close by saying, I love you, and I always will. So with that, before she changes her mind, could I invite you all to raise your glasses, please, to my outstanding new wife, to Stacey. Thank you. Okay.
The most I've ever heard him speak.
My goodness, Joe.
Right, well, this has been a journey. 3 years, planning, plenty of bumps in the road, but we've all made it here to celebrate Joe and Stacey. Now today is as much a surprise to Joe as it is all of you. He pretty much gave us free rein, so he didn't have a clue what he was walking into today. So I hope it's up to your standards, dear.
Very, very well done.
And what a novelty it is to be at Stacey's wedding. The last wedding we went to, we weren't even invited to. We gate crashed a wedding. On our way to see Take That in concert, there was a wedding going on at the hotel, which we actually gate crashed, had some cheeky drinks and spent the evening singing ABBA underneath the stars. Badly, might I add. Now, when Stacey first met Joe, I must admit I thought this guy is not very sociable. But as I've got to know him over the years, I've come to realise, yeah, he's just not sociable. But Stacey, you woke this morning in bed with me as Miss Stacey Verity, but you will go to bed with Joe as Mrs. Stacey Nemachana.
Yes.
You no longer have a fiance or mother to your baby, Princess Trinity. You now have a wife. Wifey for lifey, as they say. So be good to each other. Don't sweat the small stuff. Love hard and make the most amazing memories as husband and wife. Now we can raise our glasses to the bride and to the groom.
Bride and groom.
Bride and groom.
Good evening, everyone. Or is it? Yeah, good evening. I think it's always an African thing to do this. All right. Is that any better? All right. So my name is Vincent. To those who know me, and those who don't know me, I'm still Vincent. I am Joe's young brother. You can just tell by looking at our heads. He doesn't have any hair, I've got hair, so he's older. So I'm very happy to be here today, and to be also his best man. He asked me, last time, and then there was COVID, it got cancelled, and then we started again, and I'm so happy we are here today, and thank you everyone for coming to celebrate with Joe and Stacey as well. So I'm going to say a few words about Joe. I'm not going to be nice because I want him to give for him to give me his Tesla for a speed. Nothing like that. I'm just going to say, I'll try to be nice. So he's my big brother. I think there's a 3 years gap between us. So I've known him since 1983. When he was 3 years old and I was 0. So, just as with everyone, most of us, we don't like our siblings or our brothers or sisters. I remember, there were times when I was very young, maybe I was 3 or he must have been about, 6 or something like that. And mom would be like, oh, can you just look after the baby and do this and this? Maybe I was a bit older, not 3, but like, he's that guy who just used to when mom says, oh, can you give this to the baby or can you give that to the baby, he will just consume all my food. We had some cereal called Cerelac all the time. Instead of him feeding me, he'll just help himself and then just put a few drops on my bib and say, oh yeah, he had it all. So I'll never forgive him for that. And also, besides that, I mean, Joe is somebody who's hardworking. He's very kind, he's caring. You know, every time I've needed something, advice or this or that, he's always been there for me. At our wedding with my lovely wife over there in orange dress, he also helped a lot and did speeches and things like that. So I thought when he asked me to be best man, that's the only best way I could do, like sort of accept so that I can return the favor as well. So apart from that as well, I think I might not. I think they've been together with Stacey for like 14 years, but I think I met Stacey about maybe 2008 or I don't know, around that time. And ever since that day, we all clicked very well. She's somebody who's very respectful. We just welcomed her in our family, and she's a lovely lady. And I couldn't wish for any other sister-in-law other than Stacey. So. We're just a bit pressed for time, and most of the things I wanted to say has already been said by whoever's our father-in-law, by Joe and by Uncle as well. So I won't take much of your time, but before I sit down, I'll just ask you all to raise your glasses and we'll just make a toast. So to Joe and Stacey, to Uncle, love and happiness.
Thank you, Vincent.
Thank you very much.